Hi guys, welcome back in. Today we're going to help you find your 3B and your HF1 stim on labs for maybe colleagues or samples, whatever it might be. And while we're at it, we're going to help you find your vertex, potentially. That one's a little bit harder. LEDX, your converter, and your GPS. Those things you need for your hideout and for some other tasks as well. And so I'm going to go over all of those high tier loot spawns and the stim spawns that you can get without key cards. I will also cover using the key cards as well in those locations, but for most cases with the HF1 and the 3B, you can't get it anywhere else than labs, unless you get lucky on your scav by running it over and over until you spawn with it, or in the scav case. So hopefully you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Опачки!
Alright, so to start off, where you can find the AHF1 stim and the 3B, we'll start with those spawns specifically. At the bottom of each of the stairwells, there are med spawns on the ground. I have seen them here before. They can spawn. It's pretty rare. You can also find the other one down at the other hallway. I'll go over there in a second. So if you go directly up and across here, this is blue, but stims spawn on the outside. They can be on the shelves, on the ground. This is green keycard spawn, but also stims can spawn here. Anywhere on these tables, I just kind of check everything in here. And then this little office, typically people don't come in here unless they're just chilling for reasons, you know, or your fight pushes you in here. But you can loot this. There's medical spawns again on top of here on the shelf. On these, you want to check all levels of this. I've never seen a LEDX in here, but maybe. I don't know. But see, we just got an SJ1 here. And then again, here. I've seen stuff spawn on this as well. Kind of more rare. This is where I got my 3B stim this wipe. Up here. On the table. Up here. See, more stuff spawning here. So you want to check all of this as well as right in here. Stuff can spawn on these too. Okay, so that covers this floor. And then if you go directly above, this is blue. If you go directly above blue, I don't know what to call this room. If you go up the stairs, not into the shower room, but you take a right here, you can also loot this. It's got tech loot typically, or like tools and stuff. I mean, but in here, I loot all the tables, again, the shelves. This shelf specifically, I get lucky with stims sometimes. In here, up here, just like, you just want to stick your nose in everything in here, as well as these shelves. See where that splint is? And then again, see? Stim, not the stim that we need, but just proof that stims can be here. Alright? So these are just open spawns that you don't need a key, and you can check for your stim. Additionally, we're again above blue, and this is the cargo elevator. So this, I like to call this U, or some people call it horseshoe. You can loot in here. You just want to, again, come in and touch everything and look everywhere in here. It has the chance to spawn stims in here. I've personally never gotten one out of these bags in here, but hey, maybe you'll be the first. But I do sometimes get LEDXs out of the bags in here, and O-scopes pretty frequently, so those are worth checking regardless of the task. Yeah, I just checked these in this table. I've had stuff spawn on the bottom part of this and the top part. And then these shelves. The shelf. See? Medical loot. And here. On the gurneys. First, second, third of that. Same for here. This, the top of this table sometimes. The beds, again. And check all of this. 2. Up there. Yeah, all of that. So those are the main spawns for your stims. They also have a chance, I think, to be in raider bags and to be in the duffels too. So like labs duffels are just OP. You can get LEDXs and nice things out of them. So duffels are good to check. Just like how computers have a higher spawn rate for GPUs on labs. Duffels are money. The one last place that we've got that's an open spawn for the stim is the bottom of this staircase, which I kind of covered at the start. At the bottom of each of the stairwells, right in here. So see, we got painkillers. This is pretty rare. Like, I think I've seen the stim here like once. You know? But the last few wipes, every time I get my stim in either the U or the other 2 little offices, the HF1 or the 3B. Okay, now for locked rooms that you would need key cards in to get your stims for samples or colleagues, whatever it may be. Maybe your friend has black key card and can let you in, or maybe you want to do the barter early and just get your task done no matter the cost. You can swipey swipe black and head on in here. Your stims are going to be all over the ground. Check all over. We got tramadol. You want to check the chairs as well. Ease. In between. See, there's the HF1 stem right there. I've had stuff spawn back here. LEDXs too. A lot of people miss stuff in black, so you want to make sure to check it all. This is my lucky med case. Not so lucky this time, but yeah, see, and there's the 3B. So if you needed, you know, samples or colleagues, the 2 of them, boom. Like, that was a really lucky spawn chance there. But here, stuff can spawn under that tarp, so you want to check that. Yep. And there's our LEDX. Man, this just wasn't an offline raid. But yeah, so that's black and how to loot black. The best way to get it, you can get it for free doing colleagues, the last part of the colleague series, but you got to find those stims to be able to get it. You can buy off the flea market. But honestly, the barter for it is going to be the best way to get black. It's the cheapest way as of right now. We're about midway through, what is it? We're almost halfway through February 2024. That could change in the future. I think there's spawns for these in green. I don't have green and I don't have someone to show me green. It's also insanely expensive, so I don't think that would be an option. Another option is to get the key with the blue markings on it from Sanitar to loot this room. You'll eventually need to go in this room anyway for a task. The Terror Group employee task. Find Sanitar's workplace in the lab and obtain the information from Sanitar's work. So I currently have that task, so I can show you what that looks like. But this room spawns stims. I have not looted it really this wipe too much. The key's kind of insanely expensive. Normally it runs like 200, 300k a wipe, but right this wipe it's running, chat was telling me 1 mil. I saw it tonight at 2.5 and 3 mil, and somebody bought it for 2.5. So I was not paying that. And for what I'm getting out of the room right now, I mean, it did have the stem, the HF1 stem, I guess. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that with your budget. But this is the item you would pick up. And then you would need to extract with said item for that task. So those are your kind of budget-friendly locked rooms to go for those 2 stims. Oh man, I forgot one last spawn. Another spawn for the samples or colleague stims, the HF1 and 3B. They can be up on these shelves. They could probably fall on the ground too, so you just check there. And then another, you want to check these shelves for green keycard. You always do that if you're on labs. Now we're gonna go over basically the high tier loot spawns on labs. This won't necessarily have your stem, but this is gonna be things for like LEDXs. I'll show you the vertex spawn. Your converter, so your 2 items that you need for the hideout for Intel level 3, you gotta have your far forward GPS amplifier unit, and then you've gotta have your converter for solar. So I'll show you where to find those as well as your VPX, because you need those for tasks too. I like to start this in parking, so I'll start over there. So if you spawn parking, I immediately go straight over here. Good stuff can spawn right here. There's nothing this time, but next time it'll be Bitcoin or LEDX. Trust. Inside parking button room here, this button can open and those gates can spawn raiders. You want to check chairs. Honestly, chairs are a good place to check anywhere on labs. It's a good rule of thumb. And here, yellow has chairs too. And you want to check here. And I don't think this one can spawn anything on the floor in here, but yellow has a filing cabinet, and you can open the grate, and it has a stem spawn under the filing cabinet. We call this blue office, which gets confusing because there's blue keycard over there and then an office next to it. But blue office, welcome. In here, you want to check right here. I always check here as well. Sometimes there's stuff. The suitcase has the same spawn chances like duffels, so worth looting if you're looking for a LEDX. And then this spawn gets overlooked quite a bit, so you want to look here. I found a LEDX here, and like all the glass was shot up and everything, and people just miss it. And you'll zoom over to cat. You're looking here. There's a little GP coin on the table here. Here. And all of this is a rare loot spawn that has the chance to have your GPS or your converter. And just to go over everything, because you should be checking up here, because yellow can spawn up here. Yellow keycard. Down here is tech spawn. So this, I find the VPX, the converter, and the GPS thing here. Oh, not necessarily more often than other places, but I find it quite often. The converter especially, and they could spawn here too. So that is nice. And then while you're here, you can check up here. You want to check up here for black keycard. Vroom. All right, so then you head over this way to loot weaponry. You'll just need the weapon testing key. Open this up. You got spawns here and here. We just got gunpowder, but sometimes you can get a LEDX. You can loot the rest of this if you want to. We'll go over here. In here, you're looking here. I kind of look on the ground as well, just to be sure. Up here, I check these computers, because why not? So then, to look for the vertex, you come over here, and boom! It should be here. I don't find it here, but that's okay. I would say Lighthouse is your better bet for vertex. This is also a rare spawn. I don't typically find LEDXs here. It's been a while, but you never know. So you want to check there. This shelf's also sometimes worth looting. I don't think it's necessarily a gold spawn, but I do find stuff here sometimes. You also have managers. I personally don't think it's worth looting. If you're newer to labs, I don't even carry the key on me because typically raiders will kind of spawn in as soon as you go for it. Like if you're running a duo, one person loots it and the other's ready to kill the raiders typically is how you run it, because as soon as you touch that office, they spawn. It's just magic. It's Tarkov magic. But there is, you know, a rare loot spawn and a safe in there, and I believe an intel spawn too, and then you've got a key card spawn for black up here. I don't mess with it. I don't mess with it personally. But you do you, you know? And then here, we've got tech spawns here. Maybe here? Potentially? Oh. Intel. And check this table too. Tech spawns here. RFID can spawn on top of this computer, as well as I believe this is the black keycard spawn. Back in my day, we would find Letexes here pretty frequently. Not anymore. But hey, maybe you'll be the one that finds it, because I don't find it. You're got a chance for meds and like nice stims here. Letexes, rare spawns, etc. here. Here. And you want to check the floor. And then last but not least, we have some of my favorite places to loot. Glass offices. There are mini computers in here, which you should just be looting to loot, you know? On top of here, I have had Letexes, you know, everything. Converters, all of it. Good spot. People don't always check it. So on top of the safe, and you want to loot the safe, higher chance for intel folders, as well as the blue folder. Up here. The shelves can have gold spawns. Probably not like Letexes, but gold chain or something. You want to check here, and on the shelf, and down below. And you also want to check here. And then where this skull's at. And then I'll run over to here. We got a chance for gold spawns and etc. up here. See, like the gold chain. On top of the safe, below the shelf, on the shelf, and in the safe. This is worth looting. But that is our labs tutorial. The other place to try and get your HF1 stem if you're not, or your 3B, if you're not a fan of labs, would be running your scav as often as possible and just seeing what you can spawn in with. You can even spawn in with a Letex, but there is a chance that you get that stem, especially I see them more frequently when I have max rep. So I like to run factory scavs to do it really quick, in and out, just see what I spawn with and get the heck out of Dodge. So hopefully that helps. Yeah. That's good.